Hi guys, I hope you're all well. I'm gonna go see Strangers 2 tonight. I'm super psyched. I watched the first one, I rewatched it the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't really remember liking the first one that much, but when I rewatched it, I thought that Liv Tyler was amazing in it. Her acting in that film is just incredible. I don't think I've seen a horror movie where there was so much genuine fear coming through a character, and she's just like a blubbery mess, and I think that that is exactly how I would be if I was in a horror movie. I think that it was high stakes. It was a very simple storyline. They didn't really have anything to prove, so I'm going to be really interested to see in this one if they go more into the backstory of the characters. I do know it takes it in a completely different direction, is what some people are saying to me. Also, some people are saying that it completely sucks, and some people are saying that they loved it. So that makes me even more excited because I don't know where I'll end up on the scale. I'm hoping that I'll really like it. I'm in the mood for something a little bit different, so I'm down. I'm gonna go to my favorite cinema, which is the Inaloo Cinemas here. Inaloo is a suburb, for you guys who don't know, at my event cinemas, which I love to go to. And this is actually a preview screening, which I'm so psyched about. You get special prize tickets. It's just all wins, and it's a 9 o'clock showing. So I'm gonna grab a coffee beforehand, and I'm going to enjoy the movie. I'm definitely gonna enjoy. It's a solo mission tonight, which is no surprise to some of you guys. Friday night, movie by myself. I actually cannot think of anything better to do. So let's go. It is getting cold. It's actually 23 degrees outside and I'm already wearing a hoodie. Celsius, obviously, for you guys in America. I hate summer and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And actually, I could cry. I'm so happy that it's not hot. I just finished watching Strangers 2 and I really enjoyed it and I was so surprised. Wow! As far as, slashers go, I thought that was fucking amazing. Maybe amazing. I'm just getting off the high, really. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I was actually terrified the whole time, which I think Annabelle creation really scared me, and I think that was the last movie that, was as scary in the cinema. Just the tension was so high in that film, and it was done so well and really paid homage to 80s slashers, and I thought it was done in such a tasteful way. It's weird to say about a horror movie, but it was really done in a tasteful way. When I was watching the movie, I was wondering the whole fucking time who the main girl was, and it wasn't until after I was able to Google it. Her name is Bailey Madison, and she was Katie Holmes' daughter in Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, obviously the remake, which I really liked that movie, so that was really interesting for me. But anyway, point aside, this film is about the same thing that the first one's really about, a bunch of strangers that go and terrorize a family. In this one, they go to a trailer park. It's really set up easy for the villains to come in and fuck shit up. And I wasn't really sure how brutal it would get until you see a couple of things, and it really changed my point of view. And it just really built the tension well, and it wasn't too unbelievable, which is what I like. It was very much people getting hurt all the time, and yeah, like I said, stakes were high. I think that this formula in this film is very similar to the formula in the first film, because in this film they do set up the whole story around the main girl who is getting taken off to boarding school because she was really bad in school. I guess she was cutting class and hanging out with the wrong crowd, and I think that kind of family turmoil is exact same to the first one, where the couple are on the rocks because he proposed to her and she didn't say yes straight away. So I thought that was really interesting. I always took away from the first Strangers. I was never sure why they put that in, to try and give them a little bit of background, maybe to give you some sympathy and to know a little bit about the characters. And I felt like the same was in this one, but it was more of like a redemption tale. But I still thought it was really interesting. I also noticed there's a lot of paid homage. I don't know if it's just me who picks up this, and it could be completely unrelated, and I could be just like searching for clues and conspiracies. But at one point she walks into a children's room, and I swear I saw a redheaded doll that I could have confused as Chucky. I could be completely wrong. And then obviously there's this part where she is in the back of a ute, and to me it screams Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I thought that was really clever. Obviously we need to talk about the stylization, which this is the reason I think that the film did so well, is not only was the storyline quite compelling, it really took you on a journey, stakes were high, blood was shed. The stylization of the film, it really had the modern feel, but then also it used some 80s slasher or even just horror, plain horror camera work and the soundtrack. So for camera work they used a lot of zooms, but even zooms while people were like running in and out of shots, and I just love that look. It works really well in a slasher like this. Soundtrack was very 80s, opens up to Kids of America, which is so funny for me because I was listening to the Clueless soundtrack earlier this week, and that is like the main song on there. Also the song that opens up on Clueless, if you guys have ever seen that. But I thought it worked really well. There's also a bit with like neon lights, and it's like it follows. I just think that all the aspects together, there wasn't really a boring part of the film. I also liked at the very start they had some banter in the family, and they had a really funny part where I actually laughed out loud. I just thought it was like everything together strung across the whole film. I just thought it was done so well, and I was pretty scared. There isn't too many jump scares, but the jump scares that are there aren't actually like, you know, something, you know, a ghost jumping out obviously, but they aren't traditional jump scares. They're done in like a fun way, which I really liked. Also on the structure that is similar to the first one, obviously the acting of Madison Bailey, who plays the main girl, who was almost not mirroring, obviously it's not the same situation at all, Liv Tyler though, and how terrified she was. And I really fucking love that. She was so scared, and it wasn't just like a kick-ass thing. Sometimes I like a little bit of vulnerability in my like kick-ass females, regardless, and she was very believable, and that's what I need in a slasher. So kudos to her. I think she did awesome, and I really hope she keeps doing this. I really didn't believe her at the start, but by the end I was like all for it. If people have told you not to see this film, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it's definitely worth it, and I was surprised that I liked it. So I think if I can come around, any of you guys can come around. I think I like it more than the first one, to be honest. It really won me over. I really like this movie. Can you tell? I want to give it a 7.5. But you know what? I'm just going to give it an 8. I mean, it wasn't a deep, meaningful film by any means, but judging it by itself as a solo slasher film from 2018, it aced it. As a sequel, it did even better. So for scare score, I'm going to give it this is hard because it's kind of like my personal scare score, you know? I think it would be like, to anyone else's scale, it might be a 6. To mine, it was like a 7, 8. I guess we're all scared by different things. These scores are getting harder and harder to maintain because I am definitely recognizing my personal taste and how it's evolving a lot more. Originality, I'm gonna have to give it like a 2 though. It wasn't very original at all. I just think it really aced the genre, the subgenre in 2018. That's what I think that this film does really well. If you want to see an old school classic slasher, don't watch this movie. But if you want to see something that adapts, but also pays homage and just has fun with the genre, it's bloody, it's high tension, and I hope you'll jump at the same point that I jumped. You'll know it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like these kind of videos, please give this a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you so much for supporting me. Stay spooky, guys.